So I poked around a little bit, tried to find some better holes to dig in the same area. And I found a couple, moved some boulders doing this hard work. Looked like good gravel. Usually when I find glass, there's, heavies. Nice little small rocks, big rocks, cobbles, heavier sand. Ran it through this loose box, a bucket or two, and it seemed okay. A couple specks of gold on the V matting. Then I, just for fun, seen another spot where I knocked a piece of bedrock off, and I was just gonna get some stuff like a crevicing. Got a quarter of a bucket at most, and then filled the rest up with some sand right below there that I seen a cobble. I was like, oh, I'll just try it. Loose sand. Threw it all in the bucket, ran it through this loose box, and it just looks like sand, like this kind of sand. Just almost looks like that. Does not look like good material. And I run it, and I found a few specks of gold in my V matting from the easy dirt. So I'm gonna poke around on some easy stuff and see what happens. Maybe I'm going about this all wrong. Alrighty, so I'm here under this big tree, on this big boulder, big rock. Pretty cool spot. I've dug here before, but I checked out a new spot buried in leaves. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna move some rocks. I'll show you what I'm looking at. So this is what I'm looking at. I dug a little in there, found some decent gold. I've dug down there before, cleaned it up pretty good. I'm gonna try to move these rocks right here, like this one right here, and that one if I can, without dropping that big one. We'll see what happens. But if I can move those and get them out of the way of there, I'm gonna clean up all this better too. All of it. So, we'll see what we get here in a minute. Stay tuned. Okay, I hope it was worth it. That was a lot of work. I got the boulders out from here, here, and here. All this is freed up now. All into a little crevice that drops right down to there. Here's the boulders I moved. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I got about a half a bucket right here. Not even half a bucket, but from that hole where I moved those boulders, if it pays off at all, I'm gonna go back with all my crevicing tools and clean all of it up. I mean, spotless. I'll be there an hour, maybe 2 hours just cleaning. So let's see how it goes. I cleaned out my mat, my V matting. I might see one speck, I'll probably get it out, but here's what it looks like. So, yeah, there's about 3 specks of gold in there. Hard to see, it's about 3 specks right there somewhere. But here's the bucket. I'm gonna run it and I'll show you what the V-mat looks in a bit. Alright, so this didn't look nearly as good as I was hoping through the V-matting. I think the next one I will run a pan and see what happens. But let me show you guys what I got. It's not too much, but there are some bigger flakes. And it's good to mention that in this same spot is where I found my biggest piece of gold since I've been gold panning. Of course, I've only been in the Kern River, but I found the biggest piece that I found. It was a while, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But there's a couple good little pieces in there. I don't know if that one's gold or not. I don't think so. But yeah, that's about them right there. So maybe a good 15, 20 specks. I'm not too bad with that. Luckily, it's noon right now, and that spot where I'm going to go clean up that crevice, there's probably another 5 gallons of material in there easy. I'm gonna go clean that up. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break, and it's right by my little swimming / dip spot. So I'm gonna sit in the water, cool off, and drink some water, have some lunch, fill up some more buckets, and get back with you guys with my first clean out of the day. See you in a bit. So while I cool off from the river here in my little spot, I'm gonna go ahead and dig out a little bit of material, do a couple pans, get my crevicing tools, my little rock hammer, and try to see what I can get out of a pan. I haven't done a pan from over here for a while. I've been trusting my V matting, so we'll see what I get and how much I'm gonna commit to this one spot. But I can do it while I'm in the water and stay cool because it is hot today. So show you guys what I get on my first pan. Here we go, our first cleanup. I don't know, it's probably 3 half buckets just poking around, but not too bad. Of course, it's really fine gold. If you look though, it's pretty chunky little stuff. Let me see if I can't get a close-up view on this. I'll be right back with you. So there we go, got a close-up on my phone. If you can see it, super small stuff, but it's like chunky for being super fine gold. I'm pretty happy with that cleanup. See what we can get next. Okay everybody, I'm back at it. I went back to that same crevice down there by my swim spot, and there's a lot of tree roots, and I hope they're working like a sluice box riffle, and I'm digging deep in this tight little spot with a spoon. It's kind of crazy. I'm really working the ground and working the material. I got about 3/4 of a bucket I'm running. Seems like it's running a little bit dry, so I'm gonna make sure I run it wet because I don't want to have any issues with any of that. So I'm gonna get it wet and I'm gonna run it, see what we got in the V-matting, and I'm just gonna work that crevice. It's a nice little spot. I can kind of lean back and lay on the rocks, hang out and chill in the shade, and you know, might only get 1 bucket an hour, but hopefully it's gonna be quality material. So I'll get back with you guys in a minute here and see what we got. So I just got done running my first bucket from over here. And this is kind of what we got. There's a few flakes in there. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I ran it wet. That was way better. So I'm going to go get another bucket and I'll show you next. This is where I'm getting my bucket from, is these little crevices deep in there and deep in there. So I'm trying to scratch all these crevices all the way out down to here and then shovel it in my bucket. And then last, I'm going to get all this all along this edge right here. Stay tuned. So that last pan, it took a little while to do, or that last bucket, it's about a half a bucket. I got it wet and letting it soak, and I'm about to run it right now through the sluice box. So it was pretty rough digging. Yeah, there's not a lot of material left in that crevice. Probably a pan worth of material left, that's about it. And I'll dig it, and it's going to take crevicing tools, which I don't have a lot of. And a lot of sweeping and using a spoon to get it fill up 1 pan. It'll probably take 30 minutes to fill up my pan, and it probably won't be a full pan of material. It's about all I got left in there, but depending on how this looks, I'm probably going to make sure that I do run it, because it looks like some pretty juicy material. Maybe some of the bigger gold I've found. Like I said, it's right where I found the biggest piece I've ever found, which was sitting right on top of a rock, crazily enough. But we'll see what happens here. So it's almost 3 o'clock. I'm worn out. I'm just finished that last bucket, and here's what the V-matting looks like. Looks pretty darn good. I think, just to test, I'm gonna take my snuffer bottle and get all the gold out of the V-matting that I can, and try to see if the rest of the sluice box down here is catching much gold, or if it's just all in the V-matting. So I'll get back with you guys after I get that done. Okay, so I sucked all the gold up that I can see, and I think I got all of it out of the V-matting. Pretty good. Got it right in my snuffer bottle. It's pretty nice to do it that way. You don't got to worry about it falling out or rinsing it off so much. So we'll see what's left in there, and I'll get back with you guys in just a minute here. So here's what we got. I think the V-matting caught most of it. I would say about half of this actually fell back into the bottom of the pan. So I'm sure there's about twice as much in here, but I just did it really quick wash back. And yeah, that's all gold up at the top there. It's not much for what I was hoping for, but I did get a lot in the V-mat, so there it is. So I'm curious, seeing how much gold was in that V-mat, I figured there'd be more in the concentrates. That last shot that I showed you, I probably washed about almost half as much as it showed back into the bottom, but still not nearly as much as I thought it was going to be. So I'm going to make a video here pretty soon. Next time I come up and run my sluice box, I'm going to run my sluice box, and then at the end, when I just let it run freely, put a gold pan down below it and see if I'm losing gold by letting it just run, even though it's running slow. Maybe I'm losing gold just letting it run for 30 minutes to an hour while I eat lunch or go swimming or dig more. So yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Any other videos you guys would like to see, leave a comment, let me know. Well, I panned around for about maybe an hour, just kind of scoping out some little spots close to the water so it was easy to pan. I'm done for the day. I found a couple little specks, nothing interesting. Mostly spots I didn't think looked good, so I figured I'd give them a try, see if there was something deeper down. I was right, they weren't very good, so I'll stick to the spots that look a little better. I'll get all this stuff cleaned up when I get back to my house. I'm about to head back to camp. Maybe I'll take you guys on a little kayak ride. All right, last pan of the day. Found me a can, don't know what kind it is, can't see, but I found it in between some rocks, and it's full of, it looks like seaweed or grass or roots, but it's kind of heavy, so there might be something in there. So I'm gonna cut it open and pan it out and see what we get. It's pretty interesting how you find little natural catches like this. So let me try to get it open a little more, give you guys a sneak peek what's in there. Mud. So hopefully it's good mud. See you guys when I'm done. Well, it was a Coors can, and there was nothing in there. There was some black sand, but no gold at all. A lot more black sand than gold in the river, of course, so worth a shot anyways. Found 2 more cans right here, full of dirt and stuff, maybe even 3. So next time I come out here, I'll check these ones out and see if it does anything. Maybe I'll make a video just on scavenging little gold catches. All right, I'm on the kayak going down the river. I'm gonna try to take you guys with me one-handed. Here's all my gear, my kayak, if you can see it. I can't see it, I don't know. But here we go. Let's hope I don't fall in and lose my phone, huh? It's a little rough right here, so wish me luck. It's kind of hard one-handed, but hey, we'll make do, right? You just take it nice and easy. So across that way, I love that spot. That spot is beautiful and awesome. When I can get to it, I can get to it, but not the best for working the ground right now. Here's my little swim hole. Now we're going into the current, so let's hope I can control this thing. There's a current right next to me. Oh, nope, come on. All right, we're at a standstill. I gotta get some paddling going here, or I'm gonna go down. Oh, no, not the rocks. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Okay. I think I'm good. Oh, that was scary. Okay. There we go. Now we're cruising. That's where I do a lot of my digging right there. Yeah, anyways. Pretty fun little kayak ride, I can tell you that. Let me spin around and go backwards. It's almost easier. When it'll let me. Come on, spin around, sucker. So there's some good grounds over there, I think. But, yep, just a beautiful, beautiful spot on the river. I just love it, absolutely love it. Oh, I see some gravels there. Oh man, I want to stop now. Next time I'm gonna do a little stop and go. Try to hit all these different little spots that I can whenever I see them on my kayak. I couldn't help but to turn around, stop and look at this one. I actually might take a pan from right here real quick. If I can get out of here easy enough. That stuff looks like it's packed in there pretty good. River's going that way. And this is to the side, so if I find anything, I'll show you. Well, I did 2 pans out of that crevice on the back side of it, and I got a couple good pieces. Just 2 pans, not even full pans either. There's more material, but that stuff's hard to get out. And this is the backside. I'm gonna come back to this another day, but that's pretty nice. Alrighty, made it back to camp here. Gonna get my stuff all packed up and go home, and then I'll try to get through some of the gold and get this all edited up and bring it up to life. See you guys when I get home. So here's the total after the 3 days of digging. Next to a quarter. Not too bad. I'll get it dried out and weighed up for you guys. There we have it. 0.44 grams in 3 days. Not too bad.